Today we're going to be doing a quick chili with some onions, tomatoes, and various spices. So let's go over our ingredients. First up, we've got your onion, tomato that you're going to dice, a hot pepper, a sweet pepper. Be sure only use like a couple of these peppers because you don't want to get it too spicy. Cumin, which is always important whenever you're making a type of chili. I don't know if we're going to use this sea salt. It's got a Mexican flavor to it. We might use it, we might not. About a drop or two of Tabasco sauce on your meat. Some onion powder, chili powder, but again, if you have the cumin, they're kind of nearly the same thing. We might spice it up with some ground mustard, some garlic pepper, and some chopped garlic. We'll just garnish that over the meat, which is over here, ground beef. And you can't use water, you don't have to use beer, but if you do use a beer, make sure it's a dark one, because the light one, any kind of light beer is mostly water, and they won't work out too good. So you got your frying pan, and when things are good to go, first thing we're going to do is chop these vegetables up here. A quick note about dicing stuff: so when you're dicing, just be very careful, especially if you're using a sharp knife. Also, you don't need to use the whole onion, so just half of that will work for our purposes tonight. Alright, so our tomatoes are cut up. Our peppers, our sweet pepper and hot pepper are cut up. Remember, wash your hands after dealing with the peppers. We used about half of the onion, about a cup. Alright, so now let's put the beef on. If you don't have your lighter, you get a wooden match. Once again, just be very careful. Turn on the gas. Oh, hey! What do you know? Some things work sometimes. Alright, great. So we're going to brown the meat up a bit. Put the onions in eventually. Right now we're going to add a little bit of the dark beer. Now, not too much. Just get a bit over the beef there. Alright, so it's about time. Add the onions in. Just do that while we're at it. Garlic and onion, very, very powerful, so you don't want to use a whole lot of it, just enough. Go around a couple times. Well, actually, when I say go around a couple times, I mean go around once. Want to make sure that the meat gets browned on all sides, and chopped meat. Depends on how high, how fast you're cooking it, but generally it'll brown up well. One of the other ingredients I forgot to give it, our stock, is you can use tomato sauce, you can use ketchup. It does matter, but since I didn't get any cans of tomato sauce, I'm stuck using ketchup. Not that that's a bad thing, use whatever works and whatever you have available to you. So once the onions start getting translucent, we're going to add our tomatoes and our peppers in. So we'll wait for that to happen while this is cooking up. So we're going to put these tomatoes in one by one and just cook them up with the peppers and the onions and everything. It'll be pretty good. Then after that, we'll start getting our seasonings in. Alright, so grab a small spoon. Basically where it just go. Start with a little bit of the onion powder first. Don't want to use too much, but just a bit. Maybe a little more. That's good. As you know, we already added our garlic. Now a drop or two Tabasco sauce. You want to be very careful with Tabasco sauce. Very potent, very powerful. And a lot of people don't like it. The cumin is really what gives the chili its chili flavor. If you're doing a vegetable chili, which is just all kinds of sorts of wrong, but it can be very good. It's the cumin that gives it the chili flavor. So with the cumin, you want to be a little liberal. There you go. Now it's starting to smell like chili. Mix it around a bit. Hit it up again with the cumin. Good to go with that. And a little bit of the pepper. You don't have to use garlic pepper, you can just use regular pepper, but just use that for now. Alright, so what you want to do is when you're adding the ketchup stock or tomato sauce, whatever you have, make sure to shake up, if you're using ketchup, shake up the ketchup so that you don't get a watery bit of it. And just put as much as you think you need, really. And I don't really like my chili watery, so we're not going to make it too watery. Put like the first bit in, mix it up so you get a better idea of how it's going and what you need to do. We'll put a little bit more in, that's pretty good on that side. So as you can see, it's gotten pretty, looks like chili now. That's thanks to the stock, which gets it red. So if you haven't put your stock in and chili isn't red like it should be, you don't need to worry about it because you're still okay. So serve with you can serve with rice, salsa, all that other stuff, and it's gonna be pretty good. I mean, if you want, you can also just get some rolls because ground beef is ground beef. I mean, it's basically hamburger, just chopped up with a different flavor, and depends on what you do with it to make it. So you could also just make it into like a sloppy joe type of deal. Very good, very quick, easy, and it's also a cheap meal as well. So there's our chili, it's done. We're going to top it off with some grated cheese called pepperoni romano. No, not pepperoni romano, that's just wrong. Something or other romano. And so we're just going to do that, and then we have our meal. So that'll feed 2 to 3 people, 4 if you're all skinny. And we'll see you next time. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Cooking in the Kitchen. I'm your host, Justin.